It's not about being children or an adult. That we have a woman, an elderly woman of about 70, 60 in our adult literacy classes. Why are we doing this? During when they were growing, probably they don't have the opportunity of the formal education. And some have formal education, but some basic, non-formal, enlightenment knowledge that they need to know about life. You could say some of all these are milky, growing, the Gen Z. I can tell you what is missing among the so-called Gen Z is the non-formal education. Because fine, they go to school.
She's a Gen Z, by the way.
I am not a Gen Z.
So that is what is lacking behind. That's why you see them, deviating away from the real formal knowledge. It is not enough for you to be, probably you call yourself a BSc holder. So many graduates out there could not even express themselves. But there is no one in the non-formal. There is an adage in Yoruba that said, I don't know 1, 2, 3, but I can use the bottle to write 0. It's a part of non-formal. The bottom of the bottle is circle. So when I say write 0, you don't know how to write 0, but I say write your own. Is what you. If I don't know how to write it, I get a bottle. I get it.
So I've written it.
That is intelligence. Outside the normal classes thing. Write it this way, write A, B, C, and all that. So non-formal education is very essential. There are countries of the world, I can say it's the so-called developed countries now. It's not just about the lineage of certificates, but at times you see, you go to China now, it's not about your BSc or your Masters or what have you. It's about the skill.
What you can offer.
Non-formal education is driving Asia country to top the world as I speak. So it goes beyond the alphabet and that of the numeric. So non-formal education, as you have rightly mentioned, it is something that the entire government, philanthropists, corporate organizations needs to come together and make sure they give the adequate support for us to reach out to every nook and crannies of this country.
What you stated earlier, is it also applicable? Because I'm still looking at the inclusivity of this for everyone in the society. When I talk about everyone, I mean including those who are special needs. They can't be left out in the society, and they can't be left out with what they can offer. A lot of people, we see a lot of them in the society, and they are just there. When you look on the bright side on what they could have done if they were enabled rightly, would have boost a lot of things in the society.
Yeah, in NOGAS, I would say, that's the Non-Governmental Association for Literacy Support Service. We engage every aspect of the masses. The special, because we don't call them, they are special.
Yes.
We engage them, go to the north, the far north, the Almanjaris, we engage them in this non-formal education. Even if they now choose to go into class and write WAEC and exams, we start with them with basic writing, knowing some basic things around your society and all that. And we have witness, we have, we have records of successful people in the society. I would say today, Baba Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was now. And today, now is what it is today. Because now was not what we believe could thrive as a, institution that, you understand?
Yeah.
But when Baba was there, and people could see that, this Baba could do this and achieve this.
Yeah, I agree with you. There were doubts.
So it shouldn't just be the normal routine. Every avenue, every aspect, every tool available at our disposal, where we are using to make sure that Nigeria becomes a 0% of illiteracy.
I'm quite excited. You talked about the North. It means we are all over Nigeria.
In the entire 36 states.
What has been the experience in the North? Because if you talk about preponderance of illiteracy, it's without really sounding derogatory now. We all know that it's in the North.
Yeah.
So how are you spreading, you know, and how are you spreading in terms of numbers and also in terms of the messages that are passing across to this part of the country?
And I can imagine it could be difficult sometimes in convincing them.
I want to tell you today, far in the north, the northern peoples are well read in the recent days. Yeah, I can tell you this. They are well informed. You see, we've always been creating this picture of Northerns are illiterate, that this and that. Through the help of non-formal education, through the assistance and the support of NOGAS with the Federal Ministry of Education, I can tell you today, the level of reduction, if not for, I can just say Jigawa states, you know, we are still having a drastic low numbers, I mean, of illiterates. Illiterates are more in Jigawa state than any other part of the north. I can tell you, they are well learned, they are well read now. You go to all the, at least, they will run for BSc universities, go to their College of Educations, go to their monotechnics, they are all there. They have this non-formal education basic, they get into, they obtain their WAEC, they sit for exams, and you find them in school. See, I want to say this. In the area of economic situation of this country, a good example is some adequate information about what is happening in Nigeria. The Northerns have a good knowledge. Cocoa is known for the southwestern Nigeria. As we speak, because of the larger number of the educated fellows, they are having information, they are tapping into cocoa production, and this is a part of non-formal education, something that we cannot get in class. They are well informed. Northerns are not the illiterate we used to know them to be. They are far, and what I see is this. They won't come out and tell you or prove in any debate that they can study English. No.
I agree.
But I think that's good. But I think that's good for Nigeria in the long run.
That's what we're saying, that the corporate bodies, individuals, and philanthropists should please come out and give support in this area. They can work in, like, because through the NMEC, National Mass Education, Commission, down to all the state level, we have the State Agency for Mass Education. They are doing wonderfully well, encouraging all these NGOs to make sure that at least we will really reduce.
Because the point I'm trying to make there, Miriam, is that if you succeed in educating 10 Almanjuris or 10 Northerners, then in a day or in a year, no matter how insignificant the number is, you have also succeeded in reducing insecurity in that part of it. I mean, that's where it's endemic, insecurity.
Exactly.
That's where we have
social vices
of them, you know. This is also happening in the north, because if Northerners are educated, affect their worldview about politics. You know,
very well.
Because here in the southwest, if you see the number of or frequency of criticisms that
it reads to his pocket, and
yes,
and he listens to news, and that is well updated on economic, political, you know.
So what's the essence of you being a BSc holder or a master degree holder, that you are not informed? Anyone who is not informed is deformed. So an average, fine, the man may not speak that language,
English,
but will be able to communicate somehow. Get the information even far beyond you, that you went around the world of universities and all that. So all I will say is just that average Hausa man, or probably a Fulani man as an illiterate, I want to tell you that we have a lot of work to do here. Though now Ogun State is known for higher number of higher institutions, it is not being dictated. You can't rely on Polytechnic. What I will say is this, like I said earlier on, it is not just about the numeric and the alphabetic aspect of learning, but the having an adequate understanding of your immediate environment and be able to communicate between yourself and that people around you.
Miriam, you have more questions?
Well, I would like to still talk about collaboration in ensuring that we strengthen this part of the. You mentioned government. You mentioned
for fundraising to really address the, illiteracy crisis.
Do you think formal education can also partner with
state? Part of what we are putting in line as a proposal to the state government is to make sure that all these are motor parks, the nearest primary schools are set, and also we are with the state government. Just recently we had a coffee visit with the Commissioner for Education, Professor, address this issue.
Let me quickly ask that, how can one reach out to your branch? And
that's part of the agenda that we are working on. We must, with the support of the state government, we will definitely work out a secretariat for non-governmental association for literacy support service, NOGAS, in Ogun State. And we have a collaborative relationship, a very progressive one, with the State Agency for Mass Education, a segment of the Ministry of Education in Ogun State. And I want to believe we get to that agency, we can easily get across to NOGAS, and we will definitely love, because one of our boys here in OGTV, Abeokuta, Ebon is doing wonderfully well in the area of literacy. We have some things in the past that we are working on to make sure that United Nations comes to Ogun State to our aid, penetrate all the nook and crannies of Ogun State, and make sure that at least we eradicate illiteracy in Ogun State.
Comrade WALE, SHODEINDE, Literacy Councillor, thank you so much for coming to this program. It's been great having this discussion with you, strengthening non-formal education. And I think we've actually learned a few things from him this morning, certainly, on this segment of the program. Certainly, you can trust OGTV that we will partner you, in the days ahead.
That's quite encouraging.
We'll always love to